Hey guys, what's going on? We're back. I'm Shane.
Zakk.
And we are back for Star Wars, the chronological order of the Clone Wars. You alright? Chronological. How was work today?
I didn't go to work today.
Alright, Sunday. You got a boogie though. There you go. I got one too. Fine. Not just dandruff. Gets in my nose too. It goes down my hair, goes in my nose. I just like little flakes of my poop. It's weird. But anyways, guys, you know what happened last time with Bombad Jedi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
What was that? Oh, what was that? Are you suggesting that it's not the strongest episode you've seen? Why would you say that?
Yeah, I'm suggesting that.
Alright, okay, so it was a Jar Jar centric episode. I think we had some cool, funny bits in it. I think it's cool to see Jar Jar in a cartoon format. Because he's basically a cartoon, as Tony Gilroy said. Yeah, he basically is a cartoon, so, you know, the crossover wasn't that demanding. And then we obviously ended the episode with Padme forgives Uncle Anno.
Gives him an out.
Gives him an out.
Yep.
And then he says, hey, no separatists. And then I think they take Nute Gunray after that?
Yeah, they captured him.
Yeah, they captured him.
Well, her and Uncle Anno held him at gunpoint.
Yeah, so
while he was arrested. So.
Yep. So and that's pretty much where we're at. Now we're going to do Season 1, Episode 9, Cloak of Darkness. Alright, so let's begin.
I am a man of great wealth, and I can be very generous to my allies. In the meantime, I have a gift for you.
Greetings, General. We have the brig all ready for this traitor.
Senate commandos? How does a money-grubbing worm like Gunray rate all this security?
Don't let your overconfidence give Gunray another advantage, Ahsoka.
Who's this Jedi's name? Not her.
Luminara.
Gunray's capture could be a serious threat to us, my friend.
Asajj Ventress will infiltrate the Jedi ship. She will complete her mission to the letter.
Very well.
It's interesting how he always addresses him as my friend.
Yeah.
And Vader's my friend, but I don't remember him talking to him all like that.
There is no longer
Different kind of relationships. He even called Yoda his little being friend.
I am worthy, as you shall see.
Go put some pants on.
Right?
You're only a Spartan.
Has the Viceroy cracked?
Not yet. The Jedi will wear him down.
A fear that you will lose the wealth and the power that the war has given you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who are you protecting?
No one. I know nothing.
Tell us what we want to know right now, or I will gut you like a Rokarian dirtfish.
Terror is not a weapon the Jedi use.
See a little bit of Anakin come out in.
Yep.
Stay here with Captain Argaius. Guard the Viceroy.
As you wish, Master.
Perhaps after my rescue.
Rescue? Maybe they're here to make sure you won't talk.
There's a ball guy!
The bone!
You keep watch here, 327.
327.
Okay, 327T.
Sounds like your rescue didn't work out after all.
I am ready to discuss our bargain again.
If I leave, you won't go anywhere, will you?
The all clear.
Oh,
The enemy has been repelled.
If it isn't the hairless harpy. Shooter!
What's the Muldoon in there?
Yep. Bob Peck.
That's his name, Bob Peck.
How do you planet?
Oh, yes, yes, such
She'll kill him.
delicious irony. You like your room now?
almost like we see Anakin there too, just kind of jump.
Yeah, reckless abandon, but she's not as good at it.
Let me help you.
Stay here. I recognize the fighting style of Count Dooku. Your version is unrefined, amateurish, sloppy.
I can't disobey a direct order and leave my post, can I?
I wouldn't.
Got this under control, Master Jedi.
All I know is I never risk my own skin if I don't have to. What? Call us if you need help, sir.
That's how they call her Sir. It reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. General Armstrong, they always refer to her as Sir.
Now you fall, as all Jedi must.
Her disobeying the order turned out to be the right thing, or it turned out to be the thing that saved Luminara.
What's that, Captain?
Count Dooku has paid me a fortune to deliver your slimy carcass.
As he holds him in front of him with a shield.
We did retreat.
Maybe won't say that. To Anakin.
Yeah, you're not taking them now!
He doesn't want to damage his prize.
Stand down, Captain.
Thing's cool, yeah.
Why'd you do it, Argaius? I wanted a life.
A bunch of money.
More than empty surface.
You know?
That you betrayers agree on what makes a good son.
I would not.
You should have taken my offer when you had the chance. Kill.
That's a
Good time.
Yeah, it has a good like action piece right there.
Yeah. God, how does he even fit and stay like that inside the helmet? He puts a lot of effort into it then.
I think he does. He needs more hair gel, that's why he's doing it.
Endless supply of moose.
I always had a good feeling about you, Captain.
I'll tell him myself.
I always had a good feeling about you, Assassin.
Okay, that was our reaction to Season 1, Episode 9, Cloak of Darkness, and now we're going to break it down. So, what did you think of that episode?
I thought it was a lot better than the last one.
Yeah, Part 2 is a little more action-packed, for sure.
It was.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely centered a lot on the lightsaber duels and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I kept wondering when the fucking Senate guys would be turncoats.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't say anything or whatever, but it's just like...
You had a feeling.
It just seemed like it. It seemed like...
Yeah.
They're introducing these other guys that aren't clones.
But, like, they don't do anything. They don't give, like, Nute Gunray, like, a look, you know?
No, they don't.
There's no moment.
It's more story-driven. Like, they introduce these new characters.
Yeah.
New guardsmen, new commandos that aren't clones, because we've been very...
Yeah.
You know, the clones have been everywhere up to this point.
Yeah.
And now we have these guys come in, and it kind of gives you the feeling, well, why are they going to be used?
Actually, can I see that Episode 1 guide real quick? So, do you remember seeing those guys before?
I remember the Senate guards, because they definitely strongly...
I can't believe I opened it up.
The Imperial guards.
Yeah, so we see Senate guards, that blue look, in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Okay, like surrounding the Chancellor. And they're kind of foreshadowing, basically...
The Imperial guards.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Bill, you'll probably put up a real picture. So they're a continuation of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was important for Dave Filoni and the team to come up with soldiers who fought in the Clone Wars, and they all weren't clones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you have Admiral Yul Arlen as well.
Yeah.
Got the mustache, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we do have soldiers. And, you know, the guys who are, you know, who became, you know, Republic soldiers in the army, they were the public guard at first. Yeah. Because they didn't have all the models that they needed. The Senate commandos, their armor just blue clone trooper armor.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they gave him that Spartan-looking helmet that we've seen before.
Well, their armor's a little different. Because
A little different.
Shoulder pad.
They have the shoulder pad. Yeah. But it's pretty much clone trooper armor, just painted blue.
Okay.
But yeah, and then of course we see him, and then they are traitors. But I felt like that advice that Captain Orgaius gave Ahsoka, it just felt like a warm, coming from the heart type thing. I felt that relieved.
Oh, he was fucking slick son of a bitch.
He was trying to get her out of there.
Yeah.
But it felt like when I was watching it, of course I knew this time, but to me it felt like, okay, like any doubts I kind of had, they kind of melted away a little bit. You know what I mean? That voice of James Marsters. You know who that is?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, James Marsters. He's
Okay.
He's also in Smallville. He plays...
who's he Brainiac.
Yeah, he plays Brainiac. Yeah. It's funny because when you said pile of money, you sounded like him. That's just kind of funny. By the way, so what else you got written down?
I just wrote down a few notes on following the story. Yeah. The Senate Commandos, they stood out to me.
They were cool. They have a cool design.
I wrote down Luminara's as a name just because I didn't know it.
What did you think of her?
She was okay.
Yeah.
I like the chin tat.
Yeah, so we see in episode 2 Attack of Clones the first time.
How the fuck do you fight with all the headdress and shit? I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's her species, and they're just covering it, I think.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, so she has like a fucked up looking head. Is it all covered up?
I don't know. I should have probably done some research on it. I can't really remember who she is.
I don't know if there's anything about the Jedi Council on that one.
Probably. She's not on the council. The first time we see her is in episode 2 during the Battle of Geonosis.
Oh, okay.
This is the first time we hear her speak. Even though we've seen her before. But in episode 2, she has like all these layers of robes, which is really labor intensive to animate. So they just changed the design a little bit. You remember Commander Gree? He's in the episode. Just
the fucking clone?
Yeah.
Well,
the clone who fought back and got knocked out.
I recognize the
Yeah.
The inverted mohawk.
Yeah, so we've seen him on screen, but the first time we've heard his name, Commander Gree. He's actually one of the clones that Yoda decapitates in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
One of the guys that's tried to gun him down during Order 66.
Yeah, what else you got?
I made a note of it during the episode, but the "my friend" comment when Sidious addresses Dooku, and he actually uses it later to address Vader.
Yeah.
He never uses it to address Maul. So, I thought that was interesting. I thought that, the way he addresses Dooku, I assumed was just like kind of like trying to approach him from a viewpoint. We both have similar views on this.
Yeah.
The way he had to approach Dooku in order to recruit him.
Yeah.
And it's probably similar to how he had to approach Anakin.
Yeah.
But with Maul, I'm sure he found him young. They trained him up. So Maul was more like an obedient dog.
Yeah.
Sick him.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the "my friend" routine.
I don't believe so.
You never hear him say it that I recall. He's like, you are well trained, my young apprentice.
Yeah.
What does he say? There will be no match for you.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say Lord Maul when he's talking to him in hologram. Yeah, I don't think he ever says "my friend."
No, he never does. But he says it to Dooku several times.
Yeah.
We know he says it to Vader, like, "Rise, my friend."
Yeah.
He comes off the shuttle. And he might say it to him later, even in episode 6, when he's talking to him in the throne room, but I don't remember. I know he definitely says it in the shuttle scene.
Yeah, he definitely does, yeah.
So.
And then, in the books, he does. You know what I mean? And it is exactly what you say as well.
Yeah. We talked about Anakin's influence on Ahsoka coming through in this episode with her threatening Gunray.
Yeah.
And her getting a little reckless and trying to jump down the elevator shaft.
Yeah, so you see and Dave Filoni talked about that in some of the... You go to StarWars.com, you can see the featurettes behind the scenes. You see the contrast with how Luminara sees Ahsoka as... compared to how Anakin sees her.
Yeah.
And obviously, Ahsoka has had Anakin as a teacher,
but
so she's a little more of a maverick. We see Ahsoka and Ventress talking junk to each other, and they're both trying to kind of impress their masters.
Talking junk? Are we editing ourselves now?
They're talking shit to each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Curious.
I heard Chris Paul say talk junk the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering, since Christmas is coming up, you're trying to clean up your act for a few days. Like a good Catholic soldier or something. I don't know. Yeah, that really worked for me before. But so we see the both kind of try to impress their masters, and Ventress is a little more powerful. But we also seen Luminara is probably, I don't think she is a shining example of like a duelist and within a Jedi Order, but she is a Jedi Master.
So it took.
They didn't make it a point to make her seem like she was a badass lightsaber or anything.
But you know,
she did recognize Dooku's fighting style.
She did, unrefined, but efficient enough.
But she knows enough to notice it's unrefined.
Well, like in the old books at least, and as far as I know, I'm pretty sure it's still true. Like, you know, when they were creating that character, he was like growing up in the Order. He was the best duelist.
Yeah.
In the whole Order. Yeah, I mean, like by far. His lightsaber, even when I'm holding a replica of that, I don't feel that way. His hilt is designed not really to fight battle droids and block lasers, but it's designed to fight one-on-one with another person.
Yeah, I remember hearing them say that, but to me, it's like, what would the difference be? Because all they're doing is kind of just.
I don't know.
Around.
It's.
Probably... I get it when he's holding it back farther on the hilt. He has that straight.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the African weapon was. The African.
Surprise, motherfucker! It's a Filipino weapon. And if you guys who are new don't know, I'm Filipino.
Based off of.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Very sure it's not a Gurkha. It's something else.
Okay.
But they. Maybe it is. I don't know. But the idea was that, you know, he's holding it in that bend. It's like straight.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So there's different angles.
Instead
and
of
things.
like this, it's like this.
So he can hold it and have it out at that. I don't know, I say maybe fencing.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
But when you're just hold it up closer to the fucking hilt, you're fighting, you know.
Yeah.
Droids, and you'll be just fine. I don't see what the point is. Yeah. There's no point in making that distinction, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it's not designed to fight battle droids. You're going to fight them anyway.
Well, not it's not undesigned, but it maximizes ability of the duelists to fight other duelists.
That's what they should say.
It took Luminara and Ahsoka to kind of handle her. They didn't beat her, and maybe they would have lost. Or maybe Ahsoka would have eventually been worn... Not Ahsoka. Maybe Asajj Ventress would have been worn down. But she can hold her own very well against a master and then a pretty good apprentice of the Chosen One. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't been the apprentice of Anakin very long.
No.
And all the same, she still held her own.
Yeah, she did.
She's not, you know...
And the fight, what do you think of that? I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It started out kind of...
Yeah.
You know, especially when she's just fighting one-on-one.
Yeah.
When the two of them were trying to fight her.
Yeah.
They picked up the setting and the...
Well, the setting and the stakes was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, you know, for all you knew, Luminara could have died there. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, I think this episode actually, you know, the lightsaber duel was good.
Yeah.
You know, the Ventress duel with Obi-Wan and
during the Clone Wars movie, yeah. When they were in that temple.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was
but
pretty
this
good.
one was, you know, it kind of picked up because the setting was a little darker.
Well, they start to, because they're not just doing stuff that they do in cartoons. Like, they're trying to emulate the movies a little bit. And as the show goes on, I can say with full confidence, the fights get better and better.
That's good.
So we have the maintenance droid, a treadwell droid, 327.
327T.
Yeah, 327T. I forgot. They don't like being called with the nicknames.
No,
unless you're R2 and 3PO, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
just
so
used to it.
I thought that the 327 is a number that we've heard in Star Wars many times. So they threw that in there again. And I like that little scene where she was... I like the look. I like the sound of it. Where she's in there throwing all the little... those little bombs. Or there's little... Yeah, whatever those things are called.
The detonators?
Yeah.
Thermal detonators?
Are they thermal detonators? I don't know. They were sticking. I thought they were flatter. I don't know. I just played Super Smash Brothers. And you remember those little...
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I can remember.
Yeah.
You were taking you back. You said we're talking about Argaius, the captain from the Senate commanders that betrayed them with the fucking hair.
Yeah.
A line I took away from him, if I'm going to write down a quote from this episode, is like, that's why we're superior to droids.
Yeah.
When he's talking about, you know, knowing to do what to do is right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you can't bribe them. You know, so
yeah,
you just line your fucking pockets.
You're right about that.
I don't know. That's all I got. I wrote down Gunray for some reason. I think I was just because I was dicking off with it.
Okay. Yeah, Gunray. He's just Gunray. I think the moment between him and Ahsoka, don't go anywhere. That was funny. You know,
General, I do not try to risk my own skin unless I have to. Yeah. Whatever he fucking said.
Yeah. And I think what else? Oh yeah. So we can see Luminara's lightsaber a little bit, and that's actually Plo Koon's. It's his lightsaber model. They said they add a little bit of gold to the tip.
So it is kind of shortcut.
Well, they shortcut it because they didn't have the resources. But she does have a lightsaber because it's in the episode. We see it in episode 2, and there was it's probably in the visual dictionary. They didn't have time to do that, So they gave her that, but then later on we do see Luminara more, and so she has.
I like take a piece off of it.
What's that?
Like here, take a piece off, and give it to her. Here you go. No. make it look a little bit different.
That might be harder than just changing the color. I don't know.
Yeah, but then if you change the color, we're going to notice.
Well, I didn't. I went to StarWars.com and noticed. Because, some of the featurettes...
Well, I guess in the characters you don't care as much about. You don't pay as much attention to their equipment.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. That being said, that's pretty much all I have of the episode. We broke it down. You can find a lot of the stuff I looked up. I go to Wikipedia. I go to StarWars.com, and they have some of these things on there. I go to YouTube. I look up breakdowns, and there are the featurettes that they do that has George, Dave Filoni, Tony Gilroy, and those guys. And even we see the great... I can't remember his name right now. Plays Grievous's voice. He's Skywalker Sound. He's like the head guy. He's been there for like 25 years. Damn, can't remember his name. Fuck.
Ventress was successful.
She was successful. So Dooku, she will not get reprimanded, and Dooku will not get reprimanded. It's good to have the villains win sometimes. Okay?
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a huge battle, but he said, I guarantee she will be successful, and she was. Yeah.
He was like rolling the dice with her, though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
he's probably thinking in his head, you better not fuck up. You know?
Probably. Did you think that Captain Argaius was going to die?
I think he's going to die. I think when it showed her walk in there,
yeah.
I had a feeling he was going to die.
Did you like Nute there? I've always had a good feeling.
Yeah, fucking slimy bastard is what he is.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe she had cut off his head or something, but
yeah.
The look on his face when he got stabbed through the chest, that was good enough.
That's kind of graphic.
It was, but a lot of the deaths in the show are pretty graphic.
They are. George didn't want to shy away from it. He said, kids can handle it.
Well, apparently he thinks they can handle that, but they can't handle fucking the love language you put into the fucking prequels with this.
Well, I think that's
very,
very, very
corny.
Well, yeah.
I got called corny over the weekend, but
Who called you corny?
Megan.
There you are. You and Georgie go bowling. That's it. Unlimited amount. Think about it. You know what I mean?
It wasn't quite unlimited. I'm sure that's what he wanted.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching our Zakk's reaction, our breakdown of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Also check out The Mandalorian, check out all the other reactions we're doing. If you like what we do, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and hit